The Fantastic Wizard Victor by Anja Høvik Strømsted. When wizards are 6 years old, they get a magic house and have to take care of themselves and figure out the art of magic. The wizard Victor has gone out at night to practice. He doesn't want anyone to see him fooling around. And that is because Victor doesn't have complete control over his talent. So when he really should do magic from his head, he does it from his shoes. That's why they're so big. They grow a little each time. Become a toad, he thinks over and over when he sees a little mouse. But what do the shoes do? What does the mouse turn into? Just a big and overweight mouse. No toad at all. What a failed night. At Victor's home, the pet Bomplem sometimes jumps up to the ceiling and eats light bulbs.
Calm down,
Victor yells. It's just that when Victor shouts, the shoes do magic. Look, 1, 2, 3, and the chandelier has become jelly.
Oh no!
There's not much to do about that. When Victor is standing with jelly to his knees, the magician Lantantan comes in the door to check if Victor has become a better magician.
Why are you standing in jelly?
He asks. The deep voice is scary, Victor thinks. But he must explain that it is the chandelier.
Then you have to transform it back.
Lantantan says sternly.
Now I will make it,
Victor thinks, and does his magic the best he can. But the jelly becomes a fire. It could have been dangerous if it weren't for Lantantan, who at once gathers his strength and makes the fire disappear. Both the mind, the body, and the feeling must be in place when you do magic. It doesn't help if you're impatient or don't put all your emotions into it. Both good and bad. You can't do magic if you don't dare to feel the difficult. Lantantan has said that. Therefore, Victor goes a little deeper than usual and starts crying. But then he turns the difficult into something fantastic and makes a storm appear. That's the best he's done so far. It lasts for a moment and disappears. But maybe that's good. You want to be prepared for a storm, and preferably not have it in the living room, right? Lantantan has said that good magicians don't eat like pigs and spill like small children. They must be able to control themselves in order to control the magic forces. Victor has to practice this because he's very fond of food. He really wants to eat the very last pancake with blueberries, even though he's stuffed. He knows he shouldn't, then he just gets a stomach ache. But he must. I must have you, he thinks. And then what so often happens when Victor gets big emotions happens. The shoes do magic. What are they doing this time? They make the pancake come alive. What should Victor do now? What Victor is most looking forward to when he can do magic properly is to clean the house.
Get clean, dirty house,
he thinks. It's just that it doesn't get clean. Instead, the plates fly out of the closet and around the room. And before Victor, Bomplem, and Pancake take cover, the plates become hostile and throw themselves at them and at each other and the walls. Victor doesn't know what to do, but he must do something. and now he must act quickly before the damage becomes too great. The best Victor can do is to turn the plates into something else. But he doesn't have complete control over what he turns them into. The plates turn into pigs. They are big too, but the pigs run for their lives towards the door. Compared to other things, it might not be so bad to clean the house anyway, Victor thinks. Rocco from the magic school tends to bully Victor. Now he has come to see Victor do some magic tricks. Victor himself knows that he's not as good as Rocco, but Rocco won't leave.
Come on, the great wizard Victor,
he says and laughs. Actually, Victor wants to cry. And when Victor wants to cry, his shoes want to do magic. But everything goes wrong and he and his friends get electrical shock. It was Rocco who should have gotten the shock, but he goes free and laughs an evil laugh. Bomplin and Pancake aren't always able to make Victor happy. Then he goes by himself and sits a little outside under the stars. I want a human friend, he thinks. If I had that, life would probably be nicer. But maybe I'll get a friend if I'm better at doing magic. It's just a little sad because Victor is fantastic, with or without magic. But you probably already understood that. When the big day comes and Victor is going to compete against the others at the magic school, he uses everything he has learned and even a little more. Then he manages to create a tornado. It glows and rotates at wild speed. And it's not the shoes that do it, it's Victor himself. If you flip to the next page in time, you may be as surprised as the others. Victor has full control over the tornado, and to prove this, he turns it into a mini tornado and lets it rotate slowly past all the students so they can see. Even Rocco stares impressed. When all the students have shown what they can do, it is Lantantan who decides who will receive the prize. And Victor can hardly believe it when Lantantan says Victor's name. It's not just any prize. It is a crystal ball you can see both present, past and future with. And that, says Lantantan, can only the really strong, good and wise wizards use. When Bomplin and Pancake run around and play in the magic room, they break a bottle.
out of the magic room,
Yells Victor.
I feel like yelling at them all the time,
He thinks. But then he comes up with an idea. Victor wants to turn Pancake into a human friend. Of course he talks to Pancake, who doesn't mind. And then Victor does his magic as best he can. And who would believe what he does? Pancake becomes a little wizard girl. Victor looks at her with wide eyes. And then he has to look down. And then he discovers that his shoes have shrunk to their normal size. He wants to say something to the girl, but doesn't know what. He has so much to tell when he's finally made a friend, but he has his whole life to do that. He starts by making a pancake batter.
The fantastic wizard Victor with a big fantastic